I think that the Stephen Lawrence case was handled badly from the very outset of the investigations, because the report is that they treated the family badly because they were actually accusing the family of being criminals rather than investigating the death of the son, Stephen. I think it is important that it would appear that we have not yet achieved equality, even though I am the chair of the West Indian Standing Conference, which campaigned for the 1965 Race Relations Act and the principles of equal opportunities. There is a lot of talk, and I call it talking the talk and walking the walk, but nobody walks the talk. You see, and we must adopt that. We must ask people, and when we debate with them, it is about walking the talk, which means that you're doing what you say you will do or you promise to do. Just because when you walk the walk and talk the talk, never the twain shall meet. I think so. I think if we had a unifying body, it would not have taken 18 years to get a result. I think that is what is wrong about it. And nobody is held to account, even though the police officers and them who were involved in a kind of misdemeanor in the way in which they handled the case, no one is held to account. If we had an organization of that kind of standing where we can command and say to our people, let us picket here to get so and so and so, and they turn up to do so, it would have been a totally different result within a good time frame. I think it's a good idea. I would want to participate and support it to make sure that it functions well, to make sure that we will be respected by the parliament over there, so that we would have a voice, and by getting the parliament together, we can decide who represents us in the British Parliament, rather than they telling us, or some party telling us, these are the people who will represent you, because most of them don't represent us. And we should be putting and selecting people to fight elections, to be there making decisions about the whole scenario, about what affects us socially, economically, historically, and politically in Britain. First, we will be able to make decisions about what affect us. We will be able to hold the police to account. We will be able to hold the various parties to account. We will be able to hold the government to account. That is what should be the power of the African Parliament. And that would be the benefits that we would get from it. If we are organized sufficiently, they will respect us. If we can determine who governs by the vote, all of us must register. That's the important thing. We must play within the rules of the nation. All of us must register to vote, but we must be able to sway how that vote is used and who governs. And that would make a hell of a difference. It sends out to the wide society, the message it sends out to the wider society is that we are thinking carefully about our place in this society. We are not happy with our place in the society, and we are prepared to take responsibility for making that change. I would like to see it addressing everything that affects the human being. First, we have the issues now about unemployment with our children. We have exclusions from schools where it's a principle. We have deaths in custody. Nobody cares, because how many people have died in custody, and the whole process is a misnomer. The whole process does not give you the justice that you require. You have a number of people dying as a consequence of being tasered. Now, in Lambeth, we were told that last year 21 people were tasered, of whom 19 were people of African heritage, 1 Asian and 1 Anglo-Saxon Caucasian. I wouldn't want to make judgment on that. It is not politically astute to make any judgment on anybody. But we have a leader in Brother Mandaka, and I think he's one of the most appropriate of the people because he's got a good head on his shoulders. And I would think that I would want to support him and advise him and watch his back and all of the other things that we have to make sure that he succeeds. Because there is a propensity that when you have a single-headed person at the head of an organization, they knock him down. What happened to Martin Luther King? And then the whole organization went into a perpetual decline. Okay? So what we should do is to have a Gorgon's approach to it, where you have several heads. You cut one off, the other one grows back, and we just carry on. I am regarded as an elder, and that is a great respect I've had. I would want to sit and watch and to help and to make sure that they get it right. And all I would want to be is in an advisory role, to look at issues, because I have a wealth of experience in dealing with a myriad of issues politically, nationally, internationally, and so on. Right? So therefore, I believe that with that wealth of information and that kind of experience, I can assist the National Afrikan Parliament to grow, and to grow with distinction.